Hello. Today we're here to discuss the collaborative spectrum of special and general education teachers' roles and responsibilities. Let's enter an exploration of the complementary yet distinct roles that special and general education teachers play in today's educational landscape. Let's examine how these educational professionals work together both independently and collaboratively to create inclusive learning environments that serve all students. We'll also delve into the critical dispositions that contribute to teaching excellence and confront the challenging topic of how personal biases can impact student expectations and family relationships. By understanding these dynamics, we can work toward a more equitable and effective educational practice. Let's talk about the multifaceted role of special education teachers, or SPED teachers. First of all, they're heavily involved in individualized learning support. They develop and implement IEPs, individualized education programs, tailored to each student's unique learning needs and abilities. They assess and progress monitor. They conduct specialized assessments and continuously track student progress to adjust interventions accordingly. They collaborate and advocate. Working closely with general education teachers, specialists, and families, these teachers ensure comprehensive support and advocate for needed resources. And finally, they provide specialized instruction. SPED teachers employ evidence-based instructional strategies and adaptive technologies to overcome learning barriers. Special education teachers serve as critical advocates who navigate complex educational systems while maintaining high expectations for student achievement despite diverse challenges. General education teachers are the architects of inclusive classrooms. They use a universal design for learning that implements flexible instructional approaches that accommodate diverse learning styles and abilities within the standard curriculum. They're continuously developing their knowledge of inclusive practices and subject matter expertise through ongoing professional learning. They also assess and differentiate using varied assessment strategies to measure learning and adjust instruction to meet individual student needs. And finally, they collaborate, working with special educators, support staff, and families to ensure all students access grade-level content effectively. General education teachers must balance curriculum coverage with individualized approaches, creating classroom communities where differences are respected and all students can participate meaningfully. But general and special education teachers are not in a vacuum. They intersect quite often. They have shared responsibilities in creating safe, positive learning environments, upholding ethical standards and confidentiality, engaging in evidence-based instructional practices, and in building relationships with students and families. They also collaborate, using co-teaching models that leverage complementary expertise. They share planning time for curriculum modifications. They use joint problem solving around student challenges, and they coordinate communication with family. And they also grow together using peer observation and feedback, shared professional development, collaborative action research, mentoring, and knowledge exchange. When special and general educators work in tandem, they create a powerful educational alliance that benefits all students, not just those with identified disabilities. This collaborative approach transforms schools into truly inclusive communities of learning. But all teachers, general or special, need essential teacher dispositions. It's the foundation of any effective practice in a classroom. First of all, teachers must be able to cultivate empathy. The ability to understand and share the feelings of students creates a foundation of trust. Empathetic teachers recognize emotional needs behind behaviors and adjust their responses accordingly, fostering psychological safety essential for learning. Teachers also must practice patience. Learning happens at different rates for different students. Patient teachers provide the time and space needed for concept mastery, remaining calm during challenges, and modeling perseverance through difficult learning tasks. They also demonstrate flexibility. Effective teachers adapt quickly to changing circumstances, whether shifting lesson plans based on student needs or embracing new instructional approaches. This adaptability ensures learning continues despite unexpected challenges. These core dispositions cannot be taught through traditional teacher preparation alone. They must be intentionally developed through reflective practice and mentorship. When authentically embodied, they create classroom environments where students feel valued, supported, and motivated to learn. Teachers also have areas for growth, me in particular. Teachers should always be going through an ongoing personal assessment of self-reflection. Then they must also focus on time management, efficient scheduling, and prioritization. They also must focus on organizational systems, structured approaches to materials and information. And finally, it is vital that they develop their communication skills for clear, positive interactions with all stakeholders, meaning students, teachers, co-workers, administration, and other family members. Before entering the classroom as first-year teachers, education students must honestly assess their own organizational capabilities. Creating systems for managing instructional materials, assessment data, and communication with families prevents the overwhelm that contributes to early career burnout. Similarly, developing proactive approaches to time management allows new teachers to balance instructional responsibilities with professional growth activities. These practical skills complement natural dispositions like patience and empathy, creating a well-rounded professional prepared for the complex demands of contemporary classrooms. Teachers must also confront personal biases in educational settings. They must start with recognition, identifying unconscious biases. Only then can they move on to examination, exploring origins and manifestations of these biases. They must reflect and analyze the impact of these biases on their practice in the classrooms before going through a transformation and implementing equity-based approaches to neutralize any bias they carry. All educators carry implicit biases shaped by their own educational experiences, cultural backgrounds, and societal messaging. These unconscious preferences and assumptions can manifest in different expectations for student achievement, particularly along the lines of race, socioeconomic status, language background, and disability status. When teachers fail to recognize and address these biases, they may inadvertently provide unequal opportunities through tracking, disciplinary approaches, or assessment practices. The path towards bias mitigation begins with honest self-examination and continues through ongoing professional growth focused on culturally responsive pedagogy. Building bias-conscious relationships with students and families is a must. Teachers should take an asset-based perspective and approach each student and family interaction with a focus on strengths and cultural wealth rather than deficits. We should recognize the unique knowledge and skills each family brings to the educational partnership. Teachers also need to practice active listening. We should practice deep listening that seeks to understand family priorities and concerns without judgment. When we create multiple channels for communication that accommodate diverse family schedules and preferences, we open ourselves up to more understanding with families. Authentic partnership is important. When we share decision-making power with families regarding educational goals and approaches, we calm parents' fears. We provide meaningful opportunities for family involvement that respect cultural differences in defining educational roles. Finally, teachers should engage in continuous learning. We should engage in ongoing cultural competence development through professional reading, community immersion, and dialogue with diverse colleagues to expand understanding beyond our personal experience. When educators commit to bias-conscious practice, they create classroom environments where all students feel seen, valued, and capable of success. This foundation of mutual respect extends to family relationships, transforming traditional power dynamics into genuine partnerships centered on students' well-being and achievement.